Hello guys, my name is Apradeep Sahu and I'm thrilled to welcome you guys to my YouTube channel. I am dedicated to share contents on various intriguing subjects and we shall embark on an exploratory journey delving into various experiments and discoveries. You see guys, this is my very first YouTube video, so please forgive me for any mistakes cause I'm quite inexperienced in this field. So let's begin. So today marks a very significant step as I introduce you a new segment focused on the intricate world of chess. On the upcoming video, I'm going to take you through a comprehensive exploration of chess, starting from the very fundamental building blocks. Whether you are a novice or have some experience in chess, I hope I can provide you some valuable insights. So I invite you guys to be a part of this voice of learning and without further ado, let's continue this journey. So, guys, what exactly is chess? So, you see, chess is a game that has captivated minds for centuries. Originating from ancient civilization, chess is more than just a board game. It's a strategic masterpiece that challenges intellect and fosters critical thinking. With its intricate rules and dynamic gameplay, chess offers players a unique blend of creativity, strategy, and anticipation. Whether you are a novice taking your first steps or a seasoned player seeking for new challenges, chess invites you to explore its rich history and engage in battles of wits across the checkerboard. So, guys, welcome to the timeless realm of chess. So, guys, let's talk about the chessboard first. The setup of a chessboard is a fundamental aspect of playing chess. The chessboard is an 8 into 8 grid of squares, alternating between light and dark colors. Both the players sit opposite to each other and makes sure there is a lighter color square at the right hand side of each player. You see, there are in total 64 squares in the board. So obviously there arises a need for identifying each squares individually. That's why the vertical columns are labeled with letters from A to H, whereas the horizontal rows are numbered from 1 to 8. This system of labeling the square is essential for identifying and communicating moves during a chess game. Each square can be unambiguously identified using its column letters and row numbers, such as let's take this square. It holds the letter A and the number 1. So we shall call this square A1. Let's take another square, this one. It falls under the letter A and the number 5. So we shall call this square F5. This standardized notation is used globally among chess players and allows for precise communication of moves and analysis. So now let's learn about the pieces. In a standard game of chess, each player starts with 16 pieces. Therefore, there are a total of 32 pieces on the chessboard at the beginning of the game. These pieces are divided into two sets, one for each player, and consist of the following: one king, one queen, two rooks, two knights, two bishops, and eight pawns. So let's see how the pieces function. First, we shall take the rook. The rook moves in straight line either horizontally or vertically, just like this. It can move any number of squares in this direction, but it cannot jump over the pieces. Rooks are valuable for controlling open files and ranks, making them crucial for ending strategies. And the next piece is bishop. So the bishop moves diagonally across the board, which means its pathway is like this. You can see its pathway is like of X shape, but it cannot move in straight lines horizontally or vertically. Each player has two bishops, one on the light square and the other on the dark square. Bishops are useful for controlling long diagonal and can work together to control the entire board. Now the next piece is queen. The queen is the most powerful piece capable of moving both horizontally and vertically across the board as well as diagonally. It combines the ability of the rook and bishop, making it a versatile piece for both attacking and defending. So the next piece we shall talk about is knight. So the knight has a unique L-shaped movement. They does not move along the straight lines, rather they move in an L pattern, two square in one direction horizontally or vertically, and then one square in a direction perpendicular to the first movement, such as this. In such way, a knight moves. So if I show you the movements of knight, then it would look such like this. And if you consider its current position, these are the squares it can occupy. And now an important info, the knights are the only pieces in the chess that can jump over other pieces on the board. Let me show you an example. Here you can see the knight is surrounded by the pawns and there is no square left unoccupied by the pawns around the knight. But still, if you check the knight, it shows that the positions are still available for the next move, which means it can still go to these places like this. So it's a quite helpful ability which comes handful during the matches. So now we shall talk about the king. So the king is the most important piece on the chessboard. Its goal is to avoid being captured while coordinating the defense of the other pieces. King can move in one square in any direction, horizontally, vertically or diagonally, like this. So the whole match depends on the kings. Our main motive should be defending our king while capturing the opponents. If the king of any party is captured, then the other party is declared the winner. So the last piece we shall talk about is pawns. So pawns are the most numerous pieces on the board. They move forward one square but capture diagonally. Let me show you. Suppose there is a pawn in this position. Now if this pawn moves forward one square, then you can see that now its pathway is blocked as there is a black pawn in front of it. Now the pawn cannot occupy this square because it does not have the ability to occupy opponent pieces up front. It can occupy the pieces only diagonally like this or this. Let's suppose there are two pieces here and here, then this pawn cannot take this opponent pieces. It can only take this piece. Let me show you. Here you can see it only wants this pawn. So thus it occupies the opponent pawn. And here you learned one new thing, that if there is any pawn or pieces in front of your pawn, then it cannot move forward any further. Now there are some all now there are some other movements also of pawns. Let me show you those. So as for pawns, on their first move, pawns have the option to advance 2 square. In general, it can only move forward only 1 square, but if it's their first move, then it can goes up to 2 square like this. But after its first movement, it will always go only 1 square forward. Now there is a special move that is called en passant, but we shall talk about it in upcoming videos. Now let's talk about what are pawn promotions. So you can see if a pawn reaches its destination, which is the last piece of the board or last square of the board, then the pawn gets to promoted to any one of these 4 pieces: queen, rook, knight or bishop. Obviously it cannot be promoted to another king because there is only one king for each player. So it gets the opportunity to be promoted to any one of these 4 pieces. Let me show you how it works. See, the pawn is about to reach its destination, which is the last square of the board. Now see what's happened. You see, as soon as the pawn reached the last square, it got the opportunity to be promoted in one of these 4 pieces. You can choose as per your convenience or advantage. Like in this case, I can choose queen. Now these are all the pieces and their movements I have already discussed with you. Now let's learn how the pieces are arranged in the board. So earlier I already mentioned you that there always be a white square in your right lower corner, such as this one. Now the second row from each side is for pawns, and for the first row should be set up as followed. The mighty rook belongs to the corner square like this, and moving inwards, the knights belongs to the rooks. Strategically positioned next to the knights, the bishop surveys the entire chessboard, striking fear into the hearts of their opponent. After this, we place our queen in our matching color. You can see the white queen is on the white square, whereas the black queen is in the black square. And at last, we shall place our king in the remaining square. You can see all the pieces are facing each other like this. So guys, this is the proper arrangement which is set up at the beginning of the game. And here the player who chooses the white pieces is given the opportunity to move fast. Thank you guys for your patience till the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, then please leave a like and subscribe the channel.